YouTube is not sending out my notifications. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you for not notifying people that I'm live. Did she make you cry? Make you break down? Shattered your illusions of love? And is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home. Did she make you cry? Make you break down? Shatter your illusions of love? And now tell me, is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home. All right, guys. Good evening. Happy Moon Day to y'all. Happy New Moon to y'all. I just felt like coming and talking. I'm gonna get more readings done tonight, and I'm gonna do that as soon as my phone sits here and charges up. Hey, Emily. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Um, if you want to, yeah. If you don't mind us doing, yeah, we can do that. I'm not doing readings right now, but because I wanted to come and speak about something, which is we got to talk. Okay, let me just start with my discussion. Okay. Hey, Brand, how are you? How are you? So I want to talk about love and cheating, and I want to talk about what I've been seeing and what I have observed in my own love life as well as others. And then also, I have worked with many women. Okay. I've worked with many women. I have helped women with their marriage. Yes, I have, even though I ain't married. Actually, I am married, but I don't have a government marriage. So, society, they hold government marriages more so, and we don't understand why either. Like, no, I'm just keeping it real with you. All of it is a trap. It's all a setup. You get married, it costs nothing to get married, but to get divorced, it steals your soul. Okay. Okay. So I've got to call this down, and we've got to talk about this, and I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, and I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of where the sister thing, the line gets drawn when it comes to the sister thing. You know what I'm saying? Like us as a sisterhood, as witches together, all of us, every witch in the world. And I think that this is where the line gets drawn in the sand when it comes to the love life of a woman or a witch. And I have seen so many people, and I've seen them even use witchcraft to be able to accomplish this. You've got your wife, right? She's the wifey type. She's the one that he either wants to marry or is married to or has a serious relationship with her. And then you have society. You have society. And in society, and I don't care what nobody says, because subconscious demons is controlling a lot of people. Society does not like anything real. So when they see two people that are together, that stick together, they don't understand it. And you have women out here that are literally looking for relationships to rip apart. I've got to warn you guys about that so that you guys can learn how to protect your marriage. Because to be honest with you, I can either be God or the devil. It just depends on how much you're willing to pay me. Seriously. And that's all it is to it. And you know, so when it comes to the side of the wife, okay, the side of the wife, she's married to this man, she's with him, they're in love, okay, they have a great relationship, great sex life. And then you have a woman that is not married, she's actually single, right? And she walks up to this man, or either she sees this married couple together, and she'll want to go after him just to ruin his marriage. And I think that this is something that that no community points out. When you have a woman that is infested with demons, okay, and she looks at another woman's man and she wants him simply because he's with her. And I mean, they will go through great lengths. They will do witchcraft. They do all kinds of stuff to seduce these men. Otherwise, a lot of these men would not be seduced into cheating. The main goal of that other woman is to tear down the relationship. That is her main goal. Now, she may think that she wants him, but she don't really want him because she don't want to have to deal with the crap that you got to deal with. All y'all married women out there. Okay, hold on a minute. All those married women out there. Okay. So what society does, society is very hateful. That's why I don't deal with society. Society is basically a social entity. Is basically, it seems like it's based upon social and then it's an entity. So there's an entity that resides over society that decides what is proper, what is improper, what is good or what is bad. Okay. You know, I guess that that's going to be up for interpretation. This is what I want y'all to start doing. Now, I know that for me, I would not leave a man just for cheating. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Most women don't leave for cheating. They leave for other reasons, such as money or either maybe there's abuse. Otherwise, women don't leave because the man is cheating. I don't understand why the side chick is going through all of these changes to get this man to leave somebody that he's never going to leave. He's just not going to leave her. He's not going to stop seeing her. He's not going to, he's definitely, because see, okay, let's talk about love and let's talk about magic. Okay, love is magic. There is no magic without love, and there is no love without magic. Okay, it's just, it's all around us. You know, I swear to God, it's, you know, that damn religion told us that we, hey, That damn religion told us to not look up at the sky, but when you look at the sky, that's magic. There's all your magic right there up in the sky, and then down on the earth, which they call, the stars and the moon and the quasars and all that stuff going on up there. They call that high magic. They call what's down here low magic. Okay. So I think that people tend to, and that's why I always, when y'all come to me to get readings and y'all find out he's cheating, 9 times out of 10, the woman is not interested in leaving because of that. See, this is, and people continue to do this. I have seen it. They will go in to infiltrate a relationship to get the two people to break up, and they never do. They never break up. And number one is probably because they love each other. Number two, women have gotten hip to that game. This is the reason why, as a sister to my sisters, they don't have to ever in a million years worry about me. And see, I have control over my spirits. You know how people, when they go, oops, I accidentally slept with your boyfriend. Oops. You know what I'm saying? When they do that, I've actually had that happen to me. And it's like, okay, so now I'm gonna have to whoop your ass. I wouldn't, I've actually, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When it comes to women, they need to be on code with each other, but they're not, because, there's a lot of men that are really into whoremongering and stuff like that. And then, also I feel like you have to be in control of your spirits. You have to be in control of yourself in this day and age. There is always going to be temptation. There is always going to be opportunity, but you don't always take that temptation or that opportunity. Okay. This is what men have to realize. But when it comes to women, there are a lot of women, a lot more than what you think. Those are usually the ones that are married or in a committed relationship. They don't just walk out just because you sleep with a man. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. As disgusting as it is, it's Pandora's box. Sometimes when folks open up their box, all kind of diseases and sexually transmitted demons come out of there. And that man can actually bring that stuff home. And it has destroyed many lives. Many lives. Okay, it really has. And you have to be a really, really strong woman. I really admire women that that don't just walk away just because somebody decided, after a while, I feel like you should see a pattern that's starting to develop. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that? And, I am not on either side, but what I can say to the wife is that if you're not able to handle whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. You need to spiritually protect your man's penis to keep it away from those types of women. What I want to say, though, to the other side is that he is never leave. That's what a twin flame is. Twin flames do not ever leave each other. Even if you tear them apart, they're still together. Okay, there's a connection. And some of y'all have more than one twin flame because there's people that are here from more than one lifetime. I told y'all we're dealing with multiplicity right now. It ain't just one thing going on, it's several. Okay, that's what that seven of chalices is about in the tarot deck, because it's like, okay, these are choices that a person may have in life. Which road are they going to go down? I personally want to go the stable, wealthy road is where I want to go. So wherever I can see that at, that's where I'm going to gear towards. I'm not going to ever in a million years ever even think about dating nor even looking at a man that does not have his financial situation together. And I'm talking about at a decent standpoint to where, if I need something, you can give, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really need much because I do a lot for myself. Okay. But I would never ever deal with a man like that. And it starts to get weird. Men like that, in my opinion, should not be trying to date. They need to be sitting up there trying to figure out who they are. So when folks was laughing at me for being celibate for years, honey, that was a good thing. Because you figure out who you are. And I wasn't celibate because I had a sexual dysfunction or a problem. There's some people that will go celibate because they have like addictions and stuff. I went celibate because I was waiting for the right person. And the right person is not determined by you, by society. Society does not decide who in the hell somebody is supposed to love. Same thing that happens when the swirlers have issues. If I were a swirler right now, I would not be sitting around arguing about swirling with nobody. I would be somewhere living my life. Otherwise, you just wasting your life again. You don't owe nobody no explanation for nothing. You are an individual with your own individual willpower. And see, the crazy part about it is that people in society, can y'all hit the thumbs up? Thank you. There's 9 people in the chat. Because what society will do is they will set it up to where this man cheats, and then they'll look at the woman and say, oh, you just gonna stay with him, he cheated. Well, that was a moon attack. Like, you literally set this up. This didn't happen because of fate. This didn't happen because he wanted her. This happened because of temptation. That's why that happens. And society will, in turn, they never judge the man. Never. They always judge the woman. And it's usually other women. Women need to get it together when in their judgment of each other. You don't determine, look, as long as that woman is not beating up her children, beating up, as long as she's not being a jerk, let her make her own decisions. I feel like when society does that, I don't even, I don't gossip. Did y'all know that I don't gossip about people's relationships? At all. Not ever. Unless it's pertaining to me, I don't care. But you got a lot of people that got a lot of time on their hands and they just sit around and, you know what I'm saying, they're gossiping. And when you listen to the gossip, it's always calling the woman stupid. Oh, the woman is stupid. No, the woman is just in love. Who the fuck are you to judge her? Are you God? You may be God of your own world, but she's God of her own world. Remember I told y'all that? So when y'all suffer from judgment and shame, well, hell, if you did it, don't be ashamed of it. You know what I'm saying? It just let it fly. But specifically what I'm talking about is the dynamic of society whoremongering, pushing sex right in everybody's faces, and then turning around and calling the woman stupid because a man cheated. That's all men see all day, every day is cleavage and titties and ass all day. It's flash form in front of the TV. So society, which is an entity within itself, society will get together and they will say, this is what, so society thinks that it has control over each other, when in reality, we are all our own individual gods. We are. We all represent one earth, one empress. Okay, you an empress, I'm an empress, she an empress. Depends on what kind of empress you are. If you're an empress in the reverse position, I don't know, okay? Just like the emperor. The emperor is the male. He is God of his own world. You need to worry about your own world. Now, see, I'm going to tell y'all something that happened. Society influenced our mothers to leave our fathers in some cases. Sometimes it came from inside of the relationship. So you can't blame society for all the problems that you have because you choose to have those problems. But our mothers taught us how to have these unstable relationships, and then the fathers, so they basically taught us against love, because love is supposed to be unconditional. There's supposed to be forgiveness in love. But what society will do is they will take the love, they will turn it into hate, put it in a bag, wait about 30 days, and release it out into the world. This is backwards. I don't even think Christians talked about this. Yeah, they did. They did. They did. Christians did. No matter what we do, even as parents, we try to teach our children, get you a man that got a car and a job, and or either some kind of benefit to them. Don't just go and be with somebody that ain't got nothing that you got to take care of. Don't mean they gonna listen. Is it up to me to go and say I'm gonna break my daughter up from that man? Hell no. You know what? Talk to her, let her know, be there for her, but teach her. You don't go meddling in folk business like that. Now, if somebody with somebody that's beating on them or something like that, then that's up to your own discretion. But at the end of the day, people are going to love who they love, and they're going to be with who they want to be with. Stop wasting your life running around here trying to fit. Because you know why you want that man to leave that woman? Because your daddy left your mama. That's why you're obsessed with going around trying to make sure that you sleep with as many married men as possible so that you can make them leave their wife, because your father left your mother. And you're trying to get revenge because for some reason, when you got a good mother or a father, and it doesn't matter if they're single, society tells you that your life is fucked up and it's dysfunctional. So what the children end up doing is they end up not appreciating a damn thing in life. That's how we're producing all of these zombies, is the lack of appreciation, which is very well connected with the narcissist demon. Okay? Society tells the children, and people from society will try to turn your children against you. Society tells children that because it was an incomplete family, that they shouldn't appreciate their mother. Those are the one parent that they have that's there for them, that loves them. They should just throw it all away. Your life wasn't perfect. Just throw it all away. See, this is the suicide culture that is being taught, which is I think it's a different. Ain't the word culture. I have to look that word up, but it's a long word for cult. So that's why I don't go along with culture ever, ever. Don't make me. No. I used to when I was young and stupid, but I don't anymore. So these are the children that are growing up with these mental and spiritual problems that they're not getting that from home. Them kids are getting that from society, from people in society, from corrupt ass people. So they'll grow up and be just as fucked up. And they'll be going around whoremongering and doing the same damn thing in limbo, going around in circles, trying to figure out where the fuck they supposed to be in life, sleeping with all these married men, sleeping with everybody, sleeping around, and still at the end of the day, they feel very lonely. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, it starts with self-love. Anytime you're dealing with any kind of love situation, it starts with self love. And then also, you can't expect for everything to happen all at once. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to be patient and say, you know what? God, I trust you. But people don't know how to do that these days because they think that they're talking to a guy named Jesus. What the fuck? Like, I honestly, you know what? It is my biggest regret being born into a Christian family. Trust me, I am trying to cleanse my root chakra of all of it. I've been doing root chakra cleanses probably every new moon and every full moon for the past 3 months. I don't want no parts of that. literally completely changed your DNA, and now you're not even surviving. And that's why you're dying. That's why people are dying young. People don't see it because they're blind. You want longevity? You want happiness? You want love? Stop going around with what society tell you to do. You don't let somebody from the outside of your house run your house. You the woman. You are the woman of the house, aren't you? Be a woman. Now, that's not to say that you should just stick by some bummy loser that you can see ain't going nowhere in life. Don't nobody want to be with no bum. Nobody. Except for other bums. Don't nobody want to be homeless. Don't nobody want to be starving. Don't nobody want none of that. So gone with all that demon of poverty. You are banished. You have no connection with me. Just because you got connection with somebody else don't mean you got any goddamn connection with me. Because I ain't got no connection with that person. So I hate the demon of poverty. You know what? I don't hate people that are impoverished. I just hate the demon of poverty. So, but when an impoverished person is trying to push poverty off on other people, then I'm gonna have to hate you. I'm gonna have to banish you. And that poverty, that will of poverty is very strong. As you that's the reason why only 5%, what they say, 5 or 10% of the people in this world got money, got financial security, because that is what you want. But what society will say, well, y'all will, this is what y'all will say, well, we can't ever get where they at, so we're just gonna be angry and not understand what money is. Okay, now I done started talking about money. Let's go back to what we talking about. But it is tied, because your love life is tied into your Venus. So you got to think about it. You got this man, right? He's working, he's pulling in some kind of income. He's with this woman. He's taking care of her. They're taking care of each other their way. Okay? And then you come in and you're like, oh, well, because this is what they do. They actually think of tricks and ways of breaking up relationships. I'm going to go in and I'm going to steal her man. No, you're not. You're going to sleep with him and go home and cry yourself to sleep and feel like a hoe. That's all you're going to do. So stop playing yourself like that. You would have so much more in life, and it's messing up the balance. You know how many good men are sitting around wondering why women date losers? These men have income, but for some reason, women will choose a loser. Like, he cute. Girl, ain't nothing cute like a man that can handle business like a man. Ain't nothing cute about no damn down and out ass bum. These are true facts, because I mean, okay, so just think about what's on him. For a man to be down and out like that, he's got to have demons on him. He got to have blockages. He got to have some kind of mental problem to where he can't manifest. What is his purpose? Let's take back at the beginning of time, when we were not printing money, when we were devising an idea of how to make things fair. It's fair this way. It absolutely is. A lot of people will say life ain't fair. Yeah, it is. You just don't know how to make it fair. You don't know how to manifest that balance into your life. Okay? Money back in the day was energy, and people would, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, instead of a man going to a bank back in the day, okay, buying you a house, or either going in at a leasing office or whatever to rent a house, he would build the house for you. He would build it out of raw wood and lumber. He would build a house. Now, depending on how articulate that man was, and depending on how patient he is in building that home, some people got better homes built, some people got worse homes built, because this man didn't really put a lot of effort into it. Okay? So that's how energy, you can see the difference. If you'd have sent Jesus and Moses, out in the woods together and told them both to build a house. Well, Jesus and Moses, that's not a good comparison. Because Jesus, they say that Jesus was a carpenter. Okay. So, and then when you look at the pyramids, okay, that took a very intelligent being to do that with a lot of spiritual power and a lot of strength to build those pyramids. They can't even figure out, even through researching through society, how they built the pyramids. They're like, how did these people do this? I feel like the pyramids might have, maybe it's just one of Earth's natural formations. That could be what it is. Okay. When it comes to a married couple and what they have together and what they provide to each other, that is that woman's foundation, her stability, her love, her comfort. She's not going to leave that man and be out there. She's not for cheating. So then that's when people have to take it a little bit further. And they want to see, they'll say, oh, because I've actually, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can see I can see people's rituals. So I've done readings for people, and I saw a ritual where this woman, a client of mine, the person was doing witchcraft to break them up and was there as a third party, but for some reason she couldn't break them up. I mean, I had done a binding, but she wasn't the first woman. You know what I'm saying? And so I saw a ritual that was done to make him abuse her, to make this man abuse the other woman so that she would leave him. And sometimes those rituals be working. That's how you have married couples that all of a sudden jump up and want to kill each other. So you have to be very spiritually sound no matter whether or not you're married, single, divorced. Okay. And let me see who up in here. Let me see who in my chat room. Hey, Princess Cass. Hello, bum bumps. Women are not going to just, that's just like if somebody, you ever have somebody sleep with your man and then call you stupid for not leaving him? Well, you purposely slept with him so that I could leave him. Then I feel like with men, what makes it more difficult for them to turn down sex is because their sexual organs literally are on the outside of their bodies. So there's a lot of women that if a man cheats, they'll just walk away and leave. Well, that's exactly what it wanted you to do. That's why it tempted your man to sleep with it. So y'all got to be careful with that. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If I were married to a good man, I know that everybody and their mama would be sleeping with him. I'll be sitting right there next to him. Fuck you, bitches. I ain't leaving my money. I ain't leaving my sex. I ain't leaving my happiness. I ain't leaving my comfort. I'm not leaving my protection for you. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we all know that, but you know what? I think that because they have Jezebel spells and stuff, and there's spirits that you can conjure, and you can sleep with a married man. A lot of married men won't cheat though. There are a lot of married men that will not cheat on their wives, and I have seen it. Okay, but maybe they cheated in the past, and that woman was like, "I'm not gonna leave." Especially if he's a cheater, a drunk, a loser. He punching holes in the walls, kicking your door in, tearing up your damn house. Of course you're not going to. So some of these men that are just, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. When men act like that, sometimes they are under the process of your spirits because, maybe they can't handle the situation emotionally, maybe. But, many of them will tell you, I'm the man and I tore up your house because I'm a man. And that's why you didn't ever get back in my house, because you thought that that's what a man did. Right. Right. So if it's a man like that and he cheating, yeah, you gotta go, buddy, with the quickness for show show. What's up, Scorpio Witch? Hi, sissy. Oh, so yeah. When y'all get y'all love readings and stuff through me, I don't always tell y'all to just cut the person off. That's what they want you to do. I'll just cut that off and move on. Then you gonna cut them off and move on, and you gonna go to a different man, and the same damn thing gonna happen. And then what if you get a good one and the same thing happen? You just gonna walk away? No. I would look that heifer straight in her face and say, I ain't going nowhere, and you don't mean nothing to him. To him. You think you mean something to him, but you don't. And that's not like, okay, how who's checking for you if you the type of person, if you the type of woman that's just walking up to women talking about, I'm asleep with your man. Mm-mm. Ain't nobody checking for a person like that. You get used for a brief moment, or you'll get used for whatever purpose that they have for you, but then they'll walk away. So love yourself. Hello? Love yourself, and love yourself to know who loves you. I've actually dated people before that I actually really did love them, and they was like, you don't love me. And I was like, you right, because just because you you right, I don't love you. And no, that I didn't really love him, but I wouldn't leave a good man because he cheated or got tempted or got talked into doing something or coerced into doing something. Now I would be angry as hell. He would have to deal with my wrath, which I don't think, y'all, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The older I get, the more powerful I get, the more cronish I get. And crone don't necessarily mean old, dried up, and ugly. That ain't what the hell that mean. I know spiritually, I know women right now that are like in their 20s, and they are, man, they fucking badass, man. I'm like, I wish I was you when I was in my 20s. They got more wisdom than some of these old heads running around here. These old ass, women clucking like chickens and shit, looking crazy, trying to tell somebody who they should love. Y'all, if I was y'all, I would defy and then even when you got bad ancestors trying to control your life, fucking banish them, man. Ancestors don't have the right to sit up here and say, oh, well, if you don't do that, I won't do it. Well, then get the hell on. I banish you. I banish you. Because that's not really their job. It's not. It's your job. And then this is what I hate. If any of my children make a decision that is not hurting them or anybody else in life, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But because I feel like what our parents tried to do was they tried to say, oh, well, I took care of you, so that means that I get to control who you fuck with. No, you don't. No, you don't. Hey, how about you separate then? How about we cut the cord then? How about we cut the cord? Because some of y'all got parents that y'all ain't gonna never have love or keep it. Because I'm be honest with you. This whole thing with first of all, Christianity is fucking with people's sexual energy big time. Especially on Sundays. Now, guys, I've got a lot of protection around me, but if y'all have issues on Sundays in particular, that is because your sexual energies are being messed with. And yes, people will swallow up your sexual energy to where you can't even you've been dried up down there. And they say that you dry up as you get older. That ain't true. I'm gonna prove that shit wrong. I feel like it depends on who I guess it could depend on your genes. But when it comes to your sexual energy, they expect that's what all that menopause is about, giving up your sexual energy at a certain age. So I tend to stay away from people that alter my sexual energy. I don't like that. I really don't. And I'm talking about like that sexual energy is very sacred. And that man and that woman, they stand together. You see what I'm saying? They stand together, unified to protect each other and to protect the house. Sometimes that man might go out there and cheat sometimes. Does that mean that I'm going to tell you to leave your husband? Nope. Now, if he's out there cheating every 5 minutes, I would say get him some help, because that's one of the things that I don't do during my readings, because some of y'all will say, Jamila, what should I do? Should I leave or should I stay? That's what y'all will ask me if I see that he's cheating. And I'll tell you, I'll say, I can't tell you either way. Okay? Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah. Yeah, you decide what makes you happy. I can't tell you whether or not you should leave or go, but I will tell you what the cards say, which is probably typically your ancestors will come through the cards big time. But just because your ancestors may see something, know something, or they may suggest something, that's still your decision ultimately. Seriously. And that's what the Two of Swords is about. The Two of Swords is about making your own decisions in life. And where will that lead you? You got to follow your intuition. You got to trust. A lot of people, they'll have something happen and they just, oh God, my life is ruined. Oh my God, it's over. I'm ruined. Why are people, a lot of people have a defeatist attitude. And especially these young folk, I noticed that the younger generation, they're carrying the burden of the older generation. I had a 17-year-old, or like I've seen 17-year-olds, and they speak as if, you know, they ain't did nothing yet. It's like, well, you a kid. Calm down. You seem to be carrying the burdens of somebody that's 50 or 60 years old that ain't did nothing with their life. You still young, baby. You got your whole life ahead of you. Even if you have a baby, you decide. Okay? And you know what? If you have parents or a parent that is discouraging you, because we've got, like I said, younger people are carrying that attitude, and I'm just gonna tell y'all that at the end of the day, you can go ahead and die off this planet and feel like, oh, it's time to die, but we still gonna be down here kicking it. So you better decide what you gonna do and quit wasting your time in that depression and snap out of it. Because I know that a lot of people are depressed, and people do stuff out of depression, but people want what they want. And they seem to not they seem to stop at nothing to get it, right? And it's kind of like my life has been so much calmer and peaceful since I started staying out of other folks' business and letting them make their own decisions. Okay. And I'm not going to call them names or nothing like that. I don't even have to judge those people. But I just tend to, because you notice how, like, when you be distracted and you be nosy and you been done miss some shit, right at that moment where something was coming in, all your energy was focused on somebody else's business. And it just makes no sense to me. And then, the curses that are being thrown out there at people because they won't leave. Because they won't leave. Like, I'm angry at you because I couldn't get you to leave, so now I'm going to curse you. And those people are not stupid. They know how to go to the botanical and get a reversal candle. And if your reversals are not working, 9 times out of 10, it's because you're not tapping into the etheric realm. So you need guidance on that. Don't ever let a woman come into your relationship and tear it down, ever, because you going to need that man. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that we need men, but I don't know. I don't know what that is as far as like with that. I'm a human female mammal is what I am. So when it comes to creation and when it comes to balance, the preference would be a male, co-head of the household. Okay, now there's other types of households out there. I give no judgment. I feel like as long as you're happy and as long as your children are happy, hey, you know what I'm saying? So I think that you can also miss out on life when you're doing things like that. And that's not, okay, first of all, I'm never gonna tell a woman to become a skank or a hoe. I ain't gonna not ever will I do that, because when you do that, you ain't really being true to yourself. You're not really being true to yourself, because that's why you were made like that. When you think about the design of the man that the woman gave birth to, you know what I'm saying? Like, women give birth to males. And you know what I'm saying? So when you think about the whole design and how it fits together kind of perfectly, but see, you've got people messing with your sexuality. I've actually seen parents grooming their children to become lesbian, gay, bisexual, because, they feel, and I feel like you shouldn't mess with your kids. Don't mess with people's sexual energy. I think that's the one thing that spirits cannot stand. I call somebody trying to mess with my sexual energy. I was like, back up. That's horrible. But I think that you're wasting your time. When it's an exact mission to take a woman's husband, that's a waste of time. You're going to find yourself always at a dead end with that. Because see, what you're doing is, instead of you creating your own, you're trying to draw inspiration from another person and seeing what they have, and then you want it. But then when you get it, you're not going to be happy. You're not, because it's not for you. But you go for it, and you go for what's not for you, and you find yourself displaced, and then you find yourself right back at the beginning again. And this is what's causing instability in you guys is Venus. Y'all need to really look at y'all Venus sign and figure out what that is. Tauruses, my Taurus is in Venus. You can cheat on me 50 times and I will not leave you. So Tauruses are like that. They don't just walk out. You know what I'm saying? They don't just walk out on their relationship. You know what I'm saying? If they love a person, they gonna love that person hard, and they gonna stick by it, especially if their balance of their sacral chakra depends on it. I mean, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why we have celibacy is because of the whoremongering. It's because of that. That's why we have celibacy. If that weren't happening, there would never be any need for celibacy. But celibacy is a problem. It is a problem. I know that y'all saying, "Oh, Jamila, you talk very Luciferian." I can honestly tell you that I did it. It's nothing wrong with being romantic and waiting for the right person. But then when that right person comes along, you're thinking to yourself, "Why did I miss out on this?" Because you were missing out on something. And so I think that society, if we actually get reduced to that's all we think about is population and how the world is overpopulated, that would mean that society is truly lost. Let's stop saying the world. I will never say that again. I will never say the world is da 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 da. The world is da 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 da. Nah. Society. Society and the world that you create are two different things. Now they make it easy for people to trespass on you. They do because, I think that people need more privacy. I think that, when a person buys land, I don't think that it should be displayed for anybody to go and see that. I don't believe in that. I think that that's a problem. I think that it's an obvious elephant in the room. It's a pink elephant in the room that needs to be dealt with, but it's going to continue to be ignored. Um, at least for another 100 years. So we might as well just get ready and make sure that your spirits is right. Okay, just make sure that your spirits is right, that you got your stuff into place, man. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, you know what I'm saying? Being yourself means that you don't being your true self and standing in your power means that you don't have to do all of that stuff. Like I said, it's a lot of people that are lost. They're very dysfunctional sexually. They want what they see other people that have. So, in other words, they want what they can't have. What's the point in wanting what you can't have? Why don't you go and get something that you can have? Because they're confused and probably demonically possessed. By the way, guys, if you are having that issue, I would be more than happy to cleanse you because you do need a cleanse. Because the entity that you are being attacked by, it is a sex demon. And it's sad, but this is how people end up getting STDs and stuff. And but y'all, so y'all know that Matt, what's his name? Magic Johnson. He's still alive. He basically doesn't even have I don't believe that he's even been sick. I don't know. You guys will have to update me with that. But for some reason his wife was sleeping with him at the same time that he had went and contracted HIV, but she didn't get it. Now what does that tell you? What does that tell you that that woman didn't get it? That meant that she had protection over her womb. Nobody's protecting these children's womb. In fact, you got these disgusting ass women going around just giving their daughter, just got their daughter's legs wide open just for everybody to see in the whole world. You ain't supposed to be doing that shit. And then a lot of people say, oh, this is sexual freedom. This is sex from the gods. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's not. And if it is from the gods, it's probably those are probably those archons that everybody keep complaining about. So, um, hold on, guys. Hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. I can see some of y'all are still here. I'm back, you guys. I had to take that phone call. Oh, are they? Yeah. I'm looking at you guys' chats right now. If y'all can confirm that I'm back and that y'all can hear me, because I had to take a phone call, you guys. So I'll just start finish. I'll finish. I'm gonna actually wrap this up, you guys, because I gotta go because I'm ready to relax. But since today is the new moon, I feel like there's certain things that I want to get off of my chest. And that other thing was it, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? Anybody, you know what? I'm not even gonna speak on that during this one because this is a totally different subject. Maybe I'll come back and do that from a separate and come and talk to y'all seriously. Seriously, stop being outraged by things to the point where you're angry, you're giving up on life based upon what you see in the news. That's what I will tell you, okay, with that. But going back to what I was talking about, okay, people that try to use sex or either, beauty. Okay, now I'm gonna tell y'all something about beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I absolutely cannot stand this, and I actually was being ignorant like a few years ago doing stuff like that, and I kind of I don't do it anymore. I refuse to do it anymore because I have very high regard for myself. You see people saying things like, you know, oh, this person doesn't have this and doesn't have that and doesn't have this, but that doesn't still mean that a person is not going to love and care about that person. You know, what you may see as something that you don't like, somebody else may see it and they may feel a totally different way about it than you do. So I think that when it comes to, people and their relationships and stuff, you know, that's superficial. Those are superficial qualities that nobody cares about. I know it's good to be in the gym, and it's been a lot of healthy people in the gym all the time, and they've been dying. There's been people dying all over the place, and they supposed to be seemingly healthy. So, everybody focuses on these outer qualities that, yeah, those are beautiful, but you know what? I'd rather be like the crone. I would like for you to fall in love with me, with my soul. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you fall in love with me and just love me to pieces. Just you can't get enough of me. You just every time you think about me, I don't want somebody that's like, well, if she keep her hair done. You know what I'm saying? Like those things. Now I do know that women and their hair weaves and wigs and stuff. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you, honey. I think it's cute when women, they're like, they do the dress up thing. Okay, that's great, but don't you ever forget who you are. And who you are should be somebody that is proud of your experiences. For example, guys, I came from a poor family when I was Ma Barker. I came from a poor family. The next lifetime, I came from a family full of rich, dark witches. Oh man, they was dark. They was dark. I'm starting to pick up on things from that past life that I have to deal with because for a while I wasn't a sweet person in that lifetime. I was in love with my dude and the relationship kind of destroyed me, but I was not a sweet person back then. I would curse the fuck out of people and I'm still working off that karma. So I've been doing the past life karma cleansing and stuff. You guys know that you can do that. Okay, you guys can absolutely do that because your past life, it only affects you because, well, number one, like, I know this sounds weird, but I believe that it's all happening at the same time. Even though we're in 2020, 1820 is still happening. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like a movie that was recorded, and everything that we do as a society leaves an imprint. So maybe we would have more stable homes for children. We would have a more positive energy to give to children if we would stop doing that. And like when it comes to men, men are taught their whole life that you got to yank them, skank them. My uncle used to say that. I used to hate that. I used to hate that because I'm way too possessive. I'm possessive, and I will get extremely upset but I'm not the type of person to just walk away from my life. Just I feel that that's a mistake when women do that. Because and so you got to think about it. You got to think about, is this man everything that I want? Will I be happy with this person the rest of my life? If you can say yes, then you should like try to figure out and go a little bit deeper, because a lot of people, they'll try to simplify everything, and everything is not simple. There's always a deeper meaning or reason for everything. You know what I'm saying? So no holes not. Hey Jules, Lala, how you doing? Right. Right. Scorpio, which is exactly right. His story. His story. But what about her story? What about somebody else's story? You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to necessarily worry about, like, the past is always going to be in the past, but you can move on from it. And some people that, because I'm surprised, you know what? I can tell that the life prior to this one, where I died in 1973, it was really horrible. And family members used to tell me that I used to cry a lot as a kid. So I kind of was like a, you could even tell, but I bet you I was somewhat of a happy baby. I'd have to call my mama, auntie, and ask her if I was a happy baby. All she told me was that I was communicating with dead folks. So, a car out there. So yeah. Um, but I feel that you bring it in and you're supposed to break free of it. And we're supposed to know this. Everybody is supposed to know this shit so that they can know how to help their children, so that they can know how to have a better understanding of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back. If you, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna say this to all of my sisters, not all of my sisters, no, because all women are not my sisters. Let me take that back. Let me reword that. I'm gonna say this to all of the divine feminine, okay? Because all of y'all are divine feminine. It just depends on what kind of divine feminine you are. Okay, I'm gonna say this to you. You sleep with my husband, I'm not gonna walk away from my life. I'm not going to walk away from my life just because he made a mistake. I was saying this to somebody earlier because I looked at the cards, and y'all, I did a reading the other day that changed my life. It did, because oh my God, I can't tell too much of clients' business or anything, but and I'm not going to get into detail, but what I felt from the reading, because she asked me, she said, does he love me? And when I threw the cards, I felt it was so much suffering in that energy, but because he loved her so much, it bought him a lot of suffering. And see, that was either his spirits or her spirits or both of their spirits combined. You've got to be able to decipher these spirits and what it is that they are doing. Okay? Especially if you know, and you know with exact certainty that this is the person that I want to be with. You know what I'm saying? This is who I want. And for me, when you know what, back in the day when I would get my heart broke or my man would cheat on me, I would go out and cheat on him. I've evolved from that person though. You know why? Because if you keep doing those things, and I didn't do it to everybody, I didn't do it to all of my, exes, but yeah, and I feel like that's a time for you to spend time with yourself and say, who am I? what is going on and investigate it. You have got to do spiritual investigations, guys, because when the phone charges up, I'm gonna be because I've got a jar that I'm about to work on. And then when I get done with that jar, I'm gonna record the rest of the videos that are coming up for this week. So I'm gonna get those up to you guys before Tuesday, which is why I made it an 8-day reading instead of a 7-day reading. So everybody will get their readings. It's just that I'm doing them. I'm not doing them in order. I'm gonna quit doing that. I gotta shake things up a little bit. I think you need time alone to reset and spiritually heal and find who you are. I agree. I agree instead of doing that because when you have sex with somebody, you are truly sharing spiritual energy with that person. You are sharing that energy. And you have to be prepared sometimes for those things, and then also be prepared emotionally so those things just don't devastate you. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now I will tell you that when folk get to attacking y'all, because I was under spiritual attack. I was under spiritual attack from Tuesday all the way up until Sunday night. I was under spiritual attack. And it wasn't from anybody online, although they spiritually attacked too. That's not that don't do nothing. Stop it. I'm talking about spiritual attack from people that have actually known you, touched you, smelled you. People that you actually know, you know. Um, and people will do that. People will do that. That's what those spiritual attacks are based upon, controlling the narrative. You should live your life as the strength card upright. You are in control. And it's all coming from your mind. If you fear that somebody's going to cheat on you, they will. And I was going to talk to you guys about love spells and how your energy is going to determine it. If you are insecure in any way, that's why I tell women and men, I don't do too many love workings for men. All of the work I do is for women. I usually tell them, take the time to work on yourself. Okay. You can work on him too if you want. You can, you know what I'm saying, get more answers, but take the time to work on yourself and take the time to work on your sacral, your solar plexus, because if you're ever feeling insecure and you do a love spell, it ain't gonna work because your energy is gonna push him off of you automatically. It's gonna keep the two of you apart. Insecurity. Well, I mean, when you think about it, let's say that you have a foundation. Let's say that you have a structure, okay? And that structure has a weak foundation at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And typically, the best foundation is going to be one that is built on trust, okay? But, we're being taught to trauma bond. Just trauma, trauma, trauma. I'd like to know when all the trauma is going to end. I want to look at the exact year too, or if it will be in this lifetime. We live in a trauma culture. And it might be because many of us, because all of us were here in the previous life, every last one of us. And, so we are healing from the trauma of the past. But the problem is that many people don't heal. So they spend lifetimes in this stuff. And I can tell you because my last couple of lifetimes, they were not good. But when I came into this one, I said, not only is my life going to be good, but I'm also going to guide others. That was the deal that I made when I came here with myself. With myself, you know what I'm saying? So you sign up for it when you get here. You do. And most of the time, when people are usually hurt by things, it's usually when their ego gets shattered or something like that. So, know the difference between a relationship that's built upon superficial things and egoism or super egoism. Usually, super egoism only has a place when you're in ritual. Otherwise, there's no need for all of that. If you're sitting there having a conversation with somebody that you love and care about, you don't have to have an ego. You don't have to worry about what you're saying to that person. Will they go and tell somebody else? You know what I'm saying? You form that bond of trust, and that is the strongest foundation. The foundation that they have taught you to build everything on is very weak, and it crumbles like a house of cards. Literally, it don't even fucking crumble. Y'all building shit on literally a house of cards to where the wind will blow and knock them shits over. Okay? Someone doing voodoo on you. You know, spirit will come to you in many different forms, but it's your brain and the way that it's been programmed to take what spirit is actually doing. So if you guys are having a hard time, sometimes you are cursed. Sometimes somebody did put something on you. They could have either hexed you or vexed you. And them damn generational curses are badass, y'all. Them gen hexes. Uh-uh. And you know what? You better I tell all of my people, keep a red candle, try to keep a red, black, and white candle in your house for just in case. Because those are the three colors that I noticed that works on Gen Hex removals. If you only have a black candle, that's fine. But you're going to have to do something to make up for that red candle and also something to make up for that white candle. Mm-hmm. You want to do something, maybe some meditation if you just have a black candle. So that's probably why I've been fired up all day. Yeah, I was born under a Gen Hex, and I was, and there was a contract taken out on me. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Feed off of my heart chakra energy, my sexual energy. It's same thing with the kids. And I think that they either don't know or they don't want to tell us. They're keeping something from us. It's a secret. They don't want you to know. And they figure, well, but see, what they don't realize is that your will it's going to have to eventually be stronger than theirs because that's what you came here for, to live and to love. So they feel like, well, I'll just sacrifice this person's love life. You don't never let nobody take your love from you, ever. And you don't ever let no relationship ruin your ability to love. Okay? Don't ever do that because you just never know what's around the corner. I'm just telling y'all the truth because I can feel it. Mercury is in retrograde. Y'all see, I've been acting crazy. I've been acting crazy along with them. Yeah. You think they know, Scorpio, which they know, but they play dumb, don't they? And then they try to, come at you as if and it's just kind of like it's really something to where like you can be forgiving, but it just really depends. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when it comes to women, I think that women within themselves, because what I found was that most of the women in my life was trying to push the men away from me. It was like, what the hell are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it was like permanent destruction, total meltdown destruction, to where I would be judged if I didn't leave that man alone. And it's like, no, you're not going to do that. First of all, you're not the fucking judge, and I'm not the judge either. Am I judge and jury over your heart chakra? No, you are. Now, if you come to me for help, I'm going to help you, definitely. I'm going to heal you and all that stuff, make things better for you. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't feel the need to do that. First of all, I'm over here trying to do my own thing. I don't care about what you over there doing. I don't ever wake up in the morning wondering about what another woman is doing with her vajayjay. I don't even compare it. And you got to definitely, Scorpio Witch, do you do the Yoni cleanses? So Scorpio Witch has the Yoni cleanses available for you guys, the herbal steams and stuff. You learn to take care of your own sacral. Everybody has to learn that eventually. Just like with men, they have to eventually learn how to take care of their bodies and their spirits. They left spirit completely out of it and said just conform. That is a huge problem. That's why they've been over here blacklisting my channel, because they know that I'm going to reach people, and I'm going to reach very powerful people that they want to be thrown into the fire. They want you to be sacrificed. They don't want you to come over here and 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 literally it's a lot of people that missed that jump. It was a jump that happened, y'all. It was some kind of leap. Y'all, I muted real quick. I was talking to the fam. Hey, Alchemy Gold, how are you? Yeah, y'all can go to her to get your herbs and stuff too. And guys, I want to get a class started in July. So if you guys are interested in classes, you know what? I'm requiring all of my students. Y'all gotta have a cleanse first. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You gotta have at least a cleanse, because some of those spirits that be on y'all real bad like that, they just, I swear, it's almost like they attach like a moth to a flame. But I do believe that it is transmutable energy. I believe all of it is transmutable. I'm just telling y'all. And to the point where that negativity is, like, to be honest with you, there's way too much negativity in the world, y'all. I mean, we got to admit that as a society, that is way too much negativity, and that people seem to thrive on negativity, which I guess that you could say that negativity, that's energy. And you know what I'm saying? But I also feel as though there's so many people that have no idea, and it's really, really sad when you see them, what is going on. Did y'all ever go see that movie Ma? Or not go see it? It was actually on YouTube. Oh my God. That movie was so symbolic. Especially that crazy lady had I believe she was just making that child sick. Had Munchausen by proxy or some crap like that. So I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. It's terrible though, y'all. Y'all can break up out of that, man. I get so tired of seeing people oppressed. And y'all better believe that spirit don't like it. But see, people that like the subject that we were talking about, people that do that, they're doing it because they're lost. They are lost. They have no idea who they are, where they're going, and the ramifications. Man, I had a client that, this was a few years ago. I did some breakup work because this woman was sleeping with her man, and this woman had all kind of problems, car accidents and stuff, just because she, and the client. I'm not saying that all of that was my client's work. I'm not saying that all of it was, but this was her. It was somebody close to her that was sleeping with her man, and she, they didn't think that she knew, and she came to me to do a breakup work, and also to hex her. She had a car accident, real bad car accident. Stop messing with. She didn't even love him. I will do breakup on if it's a narcissistic couple, to where they're just to where the woman is evil, and she done came in and did something. I don't mind doing breakup work with that. I don't too much break up marriages and stuff like that, but I can, depending on what's going on. If it doesn't have a foundation in love and trust, I don't mind breaking them up. And she definitely deserved that car accident to wake her up. She didn't die nothing, but she deserved it because she was sleeping with that woman's man. And the man actually genuinely was under very powerful witchcraft. He was under very powerful witchcraft, because I could see the witches. It was really a struggle dealing with them. But y'all know with me, well, that was a few years ago. I'm much more experienced now. But yeah, women can do evil stuff too. Women can be very dark natured too. And they're always trying to compete with each other. I think that if I actually had to spend my life competing, that's why I got to hurry up and get my shop set up so I can have a store, and then people just drive past my store. Oh, there's a botanical shop. Let me go up in there and see what's going on up in there. I can go get readings. I want to open up an actual shop. So that's what my focus is. Okay. And so, but I think that when it comes to your personal relationships with people, people should not, even when I do readings for you, you know, because the readings are accurate. I'm just going to tell you that. You know what I'm saying? They are. They're accurate. And again, most people are not going to sit up there and leave or walk away from the person that they love for things like that. As sad as it is, and I wish that everybody in this world were evolved enough that we wouldn't have to go through that, because I think all of this petty stuff is what keeps us from any kind of evolution. Because I think that human beings believe that, if they start to think on a higher perspective, that they're going to turn into birds and fly way off into the universe or something. It's time for people to evolve. You know what I'm saying? From that, hold on real quick. Hold on, y'all. Stuff. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Yeah, for me, well, first of all, I've never been the type of person that thought that I was doing it big just because I slept with somebody's man. I've never been that type of person. Okay. But, even, taking it a step higher in life and seeing what is actually the battery in these women's backs, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. And a lot of those demons that we don't like are tied into that, in particular the demon of poverty. The demon of poverty created prostitution so that these entities could get inside of women. It was all a trick They created prostitution so that they could send these Johns. That's why they call them Johns, John Doe, and so that they can implant things inside of you. Because what? Like, I think being here, I feel very connected to what happened with that because, first of all, they had to take from the woman, enslave her, and then do everything else that they did to get it like that. So, to be honest with you, I think a lot of people are lost and sleep sheeple. They have no idea what the fuck is going on in this world, and they probably never will. They will just be in an existence or a situation, not understanding why they're even in that situation. And that's horrible. That is horrible. And the only thing that the church can offer them is go and pray. Well, guess what? When they pray, they're going to get led to me anyway. They're going to get led to somebody like me. Because when you start to open up those portals, when you start to open up portals of fulfillment, there's demons and entities hanging out by them. Okay? That's why you have to have vision. Like, for example, if you walk up in a house and you see it and it's the exact layout that you want, but they don't have it exactly ready for you, and you go in and say, oh, I don't like this, they ain't got it ready for me, but you don't see the potential. You don't see that, they're going to fix this and do that, and it's going to, some people don't have that vision. Same difference. Those portals open and all you see is the negative. You're not understanding that the negative is overriding the positive energy that you could be getting or you could be manifesting. So that's why I was telling y'all that what was happening last month could potentially affect you right now, depending on depending on what energy that you were, conforming to. Because, and I told y'all about jumping on bandwagons. Please be careful with jumping on bandwagons because you have no idea what that bandwagon is about. So that's how folks got tied up in cults and stuff like that, and in various, positions to where, and I've seen people really messed up, especially over that gang stalking. Gang stalking can really mess somebody up. I've been gang stalked. It didn't mess me up because I practice witchcraft. Like, gang stalking is all about putting an entity inside of you, just like gang banging. Gang banging, whether or not it's sex or out shooting at people and selling dope. It's all about getting that entity inside of you so that it can live and thrive inside of your body and create a very negative experience for you in life. So that's why you're going to continue to have those negative experiences because you're just, a lot of people are just not getting it. Yeah, and narcs. I like that. Gang stalking is when a group of people get together and try to make somebody lose their mind. I can do that just by lighting a candle. I don't have to do all that illegal shit. I can make you lose your mind just by doing a skull candle and some spell work. Not that I would do it. What would be the purpose? Does it have a purpose? Somebody present me with an ideal. The first thing I'm going to ask them, well, what is the point? What's the purpose? What's the intent? Is it, even when I do readings for you guys, there's some, I'll ask you, I'll say, especially when you're getting a consult, I'll say, well, what's your intent? And if you don't answer, I get kind of worried. Because most people are like, well, I kind of want to have love. Maybe I want to lose weight. Maybe I want to make more money. So, and what I do in those cases is I will suggest a cleanse, judging by your chakras. There it is right there, sweetie. Judging by your chakras, I will request a cleanse. But I get kind of concerned about when, people, because I want to know what your intent is. Because everybody has an intent. Everybody, whether or not it's to get financial stability, whether or not it's to get a husband, a better job, start your business, everybody has to be able to state their intent. Otherwise, if you're not really sure what it is that you want to do, I don't know. Well, you should know. Maybe you should figure it out and come back. Okay. And I've gotten very, very picky about clients. Very, very picky about who I do spiritual work for. Mm-hmm. Alchemy Gold said, I have been celibate for 2 years. The men I have encountered have lowered my vibrations and closed my blessings. I'm finally getting it together. Well, Alchemy Gold, that's the whole thing. Um, if you do feel as though somebody is doing that, lowering your vibrations and closing your blessings, then you have to know how to open those back up. You really should get a reading because a lot of women run into that problem. As soon as you get a man, folk want to act funny towards you and act like, well, you, yeah, 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 yeah. And it's like, no, that ain't what we do as a community. But I've actually seen young couples, especially in the black community, young black couples and then they be cute little couples. They don't be bothering nobody, it just be a couple. And maybe they both don't have their stuff together. Usually that's what I'm saying. These baby boomers, the reason why your children have financial instability is because you didn't fucking teach us nothing. And then when we learn shit on our own, you tried to fucking make us regress. So shut up. If it's an elder that is wise, that ain't doing all that weird shit, trying to sacrifice somebody and trying to get over, I'm cool with you. If you one of them weird ass people that I don't like them people. I don't like that. Because they just want to determine what it is that you do with your life, and they want to, they have their own ideas of what and who you are, and if you don't conform to that, they want to throw shit at you. I don't fall for that shit. My will is enough. I don't even have to light no damn candles. And you know what? You got to be strong in your root chakra. You do, because otherwise you won't even survive, let alone prosper. And we need to get the message to our parents that we don't want to just survive, we want to prosper. Where are they doing this at? I don't understand that. You're supposed to give your children the best start in life. And in the black community, you'll have these couples that get together and nobody actually supports the relationship. In fact, it's kind of like, you know, I don't know. It just, for me, I don't, I know that when my children start dating and everything, it is a scary experience. But if you don't teach your children nothing, you're not teaching them no kind of self-worth. And I know that these teenagers and stuff, they don't want to listen. They're going to do what they want to do no matter what, but they'll learn. Trust me, spirit will teach them real quick. But when it comes to a woman being shamed for not walking out and leaving her man or her husband because you thought that she should based upon your experience and emotions, you're going to learn hard lessons for that. You're going to learn very hard lessons, and probably learning lessons right now. If you're doing that, you're seeing the truth plastered right in your face, but you don't want to accept it. Seeing the truth and accepting it is two different things. And for me, I don't, like I said, I don't waste time on other people business, but I will come and speak to y'all about that because, I've noticed that I just noticed that people They'll have their expectations, and if you don't live up to what they want to do, they think that they have the right to trespass on you. And I'm going to tell you something. I have always been a firecracker. I don't do that. I don't do that. I do not do that. I don't I don't do that. And, I'm not going to go and, you know, I don't even know how a person's brain would have to be functioning to go and say, "Ooh, he's married. I want to get with him. Ooh, I see that they look happy together. I want to go and sleep with him because they're happy, and I want to try to create unhappiness. And I'm going to play games. And I'm going to do this." How is your brain actually functioning, and is it functioning at all? Because it must be that you need to push that hose. It's probably the hose. Well, you need to wait until I look at it, because I'll look at it in a minute. Well, you're gonna have to. The only thing we can do is get it up. Yeah, and they should help you. You know what I'm saying? And so stop thinking though that you're going to destroy people's relationships by doing certain things. I'm really getting sick of that. I've noticed that there's an obsession in particular in the black community with breaking up relationships, and then you wonder why all of these kids are being raised in a single household. And then not only that, they take it further by attacking the woman. I thought that was disgusting. If I see a man attacking a woman, and depending on what you attacking her, if I see a man attacking a woman because she grew a child in her uterus, I will curse your ass. Sight unseen. I don't even have to. If I see you doing that, I hate when men do that. I absolutely hate that. I hate that about society. I hate it. I saw Tommy Sotomayor over there shaming a 14-year-old. I think it should be against YouTube rules. Ain't this supposed to be made for kids? He on there exploiting a 14-year-old kid, man. I almost threw up. I almost fucking threw up. With men like him around, every baby, woman, and child would be dead and chopped up. Talking about it was our wedlock. She was too young. Society. I must do what society says to do. They have everybody dead. They kill everybody off. And I just can't stand. I can't stand watching Tommy Sotomayor, especially when he talks about the way black girls talk. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. If she ain't bothering nobody and she's not harming anybody, leave that person alone. I think it's absolutely disgusting the way they have put women out there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of y'all women do it to y'all own, do it to other women. And I think it's even equally as disgusting. And for some reason, these types of women, they think that they accomplish something. Bis, accomplish pulling 100,000, 100 grand out of your ass. And I'm not talking about doing it through your ass, sis. I'm talking about pull it out of your head. That's when you've accomplished something. When you can manifest money. You ain't accomplished something running around here screwing people. Makes no sense to me. Okay? Makes no sense to me. It just, if it don't make sense, it don't make sense. Why are you doing it? And will make decisions to do things like that. And just to even be that type of woman to where another woman can't trust you in the same room with a man. What the fuck? Y'all gotta do better. Which is that's to me. Witch or not, they try to act like witches are all wicked and we all do stuff like that. No, we're not. We're honest people. It just depends on the person. So that doesn't give a woman her power, seducing her friend's man or some shit like that. I ain't never ever felt that way. That's why I've never done it. I've never done things like that. That's disgusting. And why you think that you got over on somebody just because you did it? If you're okay, I would rather see somebody make love to somebody, and if it's a married man, hell, you just can't help it. You in love with this motherfucker. You in love. He probably should have married you. You probably should be the wife. I could see if it was that situation. But a superficial whole game, I'd rather sit and watch a fireplace all damn night than do some shit like that. I literally would rather sit and watch a fire burn in my fireplace for 4 hours straight than to go and participate in shit like that. That's just the type of woman that I am. It ain't nothing funny, cute, or sexy about a woman or a man going around doing that, in my humble opinion. Now, there's some people that think that it is. There's some people that think that that's just the best thing in the world. They think it makes them hot to try. Ooh, I'm just hot. No, you're not. You're very cold. You're cold. You have no feeling. Nobody feels anything from you. Why would I want to go and have sex when I can't feel shit? You can't feel it. They don't have no feeling down there. In fact, they lose the ability to orgasm when you're doing things like that. You're searching for some kind of gratification that you're never going to get because something is wrong with your heart chakra. So you'll never experience. How many? I believe that they fake orgasms. They not really experiencing no real orgasm. If your heart chakra is closed up, you cannot really experience sex. Now that's my opinion. Some people may have a different opinion of that, but I feel like if the and so you would have to have your heart chakra closed if you're in a hoeing type of situation where you just hoeing. That's why I ain't never been no hoe. There's no benefit to it. It's never been any benefit to being a hoe. I didn't do it just because I feared society's judgment. Fuck society. If I were to be a hoe, I'd be a well-paid, well-respected hoe. Okay? But why would I do that? I have a brain. My vagina is for the man that I love. My uterus is to give birth to children. So that never resonated for me. You know what I'm saying? That lifestyle never resonated for me. Yeah, I don't understand it either. Maybe there's other people that understand it, but I think that my understanding to it from what I have observed is that it's a very obsessive demon. It's a demon that's just looking to feed off of sexual energy. So you have to be careful when it comes to hoes because some of them could be a demon in disguise. That's why they be having, you get all tired and wore out and drained, and all of a sudden, you ain't doing so well financially and your pockets seem to be draining before they get filled up. See, that may be a situation. Now, that's not to say that that's the situation in all cases, but it's it's it is a reality that I know about because I deal with clients that deal with that. Okay, I deal with clients that deal with this situation. So that's why I know about it, which is why I'm talking about it. Okay. That was why they took all the flowers. That's kind of where they're saying a rose grows under concrete or in a dark room. They took all the flowers, they took all of nature from women, they removed it. They told us that we had to abort our babies, which I'm not even gonna say that. They told us that in order for us to be accepted, that we couldn't have children, even though that's the woman's job is to have children. It's in her natural instincts. So I don't understand. I really don't. The blow dryer, it's up above the thing. It's probably the hose got unhooked, or it must have got. We got to tighten up them hoses back there. Yeah, they did that. They took it out of the woman's hands. They convinced men to sell us. Listen to the Bible. If a man comes upon a woman that is betrothed, rape her, have her, and pay her father 50 pieces of silver. There was prostitution right there. And what that was that demon. Yeah, I'm talking about you, demon. It's just like, huh? She about to tell the secret. Yep. So they made that shit up so that women could be open and susceptible to that demonic energy, not the man penis. So that's why many of y'all will be confused. Y'all be like, ooh, men are evil. And they be sticking that thing in people. They supposed to stick their thing in people. Well, not everybody, the person that they love. It's the fact that there's actual demons taking over them, transporting and passing things to people. That is the problem. And so that's why society treats prostitutes so bad, which I think is fucked up because a lot of prostitutes are bred that way. They were raised that way. But society says we don't care about them. They literally feel that they are lower than human life. And the reason why is so that they can continue to spread these demons and destroy people's lives through these women. And just so those women need help too. Those women need help. Because, I mean, even when you look at them, it tears them apart. It literally does. It tears them apart. Tears them down, having relations with all of those different people. I know that for me, I like to take some time to, be intimate with a person for a while. And then it seems like the sex just seems to get better and better each time. Because when you first have sex with somebody, it's going to be kind of awkward. Your body's not going to really know their body. You know what I'm saying? And then your body will start to match that person's body, and you'll start having that rhythm with each other. So I never did understand that whole thing, but I do understand it from an outside point looking in. Those people are demonically possessed. And you don't even know it. That demon is telling you to do that because you're transporting things, depending on who you are. If you're a type of person that look at some, if that's the first thing, ooh, you married, ooh, I want you then. What? Wait a minute, it's supposed to be the other way around. I guess it's so you don't have to be bothered with a person. They can just be sex, I guess. I don't know. you know so the sexuality of society, the sexual trends, Jamila does not follow at all. At all. I don't want nothing to do with what. If I see everybody doing something, I won't do it purposely. Okay, hold on, y'all, be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So that's really what I wanted to talk about. A lot of people will say, oh, well, they'll look at and they will be disrespectful to women based upon a man or their man. And I think that society needs to quit. Why are they so thirsty for negativity? What is it about negativity that makes people tick so much? It's like a quest for negativity, not a quest for knowledge anymore. And trust me, y'all still got the society still has a lot to learn. Y'all ain't, many people ain't even halfway there yet. And they got the nerve to be wasting energy and time. Don't ever waste your energy. or your time. Spirits don't like it. They don't. And it's your spirits. It's you. It's basically you talking to you. Your spirit guides are telling you that. And eventually, I guess one day people will learn, or people make choices in life of where they want to go in life. But I think that it's because a lot of people get hurt early on. And they take that hurt as a sign of something. And they'll just carry it with them for years and years and years. And oh my God, they have destroyed generations of people. You destroyed your own generation of people. They you that the when you look at the divine masculine and the divine feminine, y'all have the ability to emotionally destroy your family and your generations of people in your bloodline based upon emotional confusion. That's why I like when I get the five of swords. At least I can tell that you're thinking. If you get the five of chalices reverse, it could represent, depending on the surrounding cards, it could represent where you just feeling sorry for yourself. And trust me, I've done that in the previous life. And in my previous life, I was born, the one right before this one, I was actually born into money in a family of witches. Okay, very powerful and prominent in that lifetime. So, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that if you take the time to actually sit down and think about what it is that you do before you do it, and understand what the repercussions is, and the repercussions is going to come from that woman. Y'all know how many people that come to me to get me to curse the side hoe? They come to me to get me to curse these women. And depending on, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I will tell you what I'm going to do. If I can't see in the cards, well, that person deserves it, I'll do a breakup. But to be honest with you, I think that even with that, because many people they will consult a psychic before they even go and talk to him about it. Or they'll consult a witch and say, I know that this person did it and I want all of them to be cursed. And some of them do deserve to be cursed. You know, you got to think about what you're doing. And you know what? They even showed that in that movie Practical Magic. Remember when that woman went to the aunts and they did a love spell for her? And, he's a married man, and she was just so distraught. She was like, he has to leave his wife now. And she said, be careful what you wish for, dear. Because that wife can go right back to them same witches and say, hey, somebody put a hoodoo on my husband and he done left me and I want him back. So bring him back, break him up, bring him back and hex her. That's exactly what they'll do. So be careful with that, man, because you can end up in a bad situation looking crazy. Why would you do that to yourself? So anyway, guys, I gotta go. I hope y'all enjoyed this discussion. I know that it seemed a little unorthodox, but when you think about it, think very long and hard about what I've talked about. And a lot of y'all that don't have your love life balanced with your money, because there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, it's good to focus on your money, but once you have gotten yourself established to where you are bringing in, income on a regular basis, then you'll want to focus on your love life. And so a lot of women will say, well, I don't want to bring a man into my life because he's going to bring this, and that in. Well, then you're not really standing in your power anyway, because, how can somebody else do something to you that you have no power to change. That's the whole point of practicing witchcraft, is because you use the power that was available to you to change the situation or to get some kind of reciprocity. Okay? So I will see y'all later. Love and light, peace and blessings to you guys. And anyway, y'all, good night. Have a wonderful Monday, and I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful new moon, too. Okay? Love and light.